Hello everyone, Batching Day's second video. Going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days, and that's going to take us, of course, up to around the 4th of July. And we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS ensembles today, running around a couple of weeks, ECL ensembles too. And I've got a 7th feature at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. That's going to take us well into the second half of July, of course. A 5-day forecast has been released. Of course, a big storyline with 5-day forecast at the moment is the heat wave that we've currently got at the moment. Temperatures are going to be rising over today and tomorrow, peaking probably somewhere around 34 degrees down the southeast tomorrow afternoon. Then thunderstorms, of course, on Friday. So there's a lot going on in the 5-day forecast. Have a look at that and see what the latest is. Now, after this video, we're going to do a live stream from 6 o'clock. We'll be live streaming on the channel from 6 to take as many questions as I can. So quite a few questions got missed on Sunday. So if your question got missed on Sunday, then please ask tonight from 6 o'clock. I'll try to do a good sort of half an hour of just answering questions, I think, with this one. We may cut down on the screen sharing a little bit, because I did feel quite bad that so many questions went unanswered on Sunday. So tonight we'll do it. And we will have a look at 12Z as well. Have a look at the storm potential, perhaps. Although we are going to do Storm Watch tomorrow morning. So yeah, the live stream is coming up from 6 o'clock. Excuse me. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to say a big thank you to our latest GavsWeatherVids YouTube channel member. So, hello, and thank you so much for becoming a channel member for GavsWeatherVids to Darren Lewis. Thank you so much, Darren Lewis, my good friend Darren, for becoming a channel member for GavsWeatherVids. Absolutely amazing. Darren is also a patron as well. So, just huge thank you, Darren. For all of your support over the years for GavsWeatherVids. If you'd like to become a channel member for GavsWeatherVids, all you need to do is come to GavsWeatherVids YouTube homepage, click the join button, takes you through to another page where you can see what benefits you get for becoming a channel member, and you can sign up on that page as well. I did get very behind giving the shout out, but I'm nearly caught up now. I think we do our last one up to the final channel member that we have at the moment on Friday. So everybody's shout outs are nearly done now, and I'm sorry for getting so far behind, but we had a big influx of channel members, which is absolutely great and absolutely fantastic, and I want to give each channel member their own shout out, so that's why I got behind, but we've nearly caught up now. Thank you so much to all of our channel members. Our subs have moved as well, so we're just poised to reach 6,900 subs now. Our subs shot up by around 13 or 14 yesterday. Our good friend Savvy was live streaming yesterday afternoon and sent people to our channel from his live stream, so thank you so much, Savvy, for doing that. So that has lifted up our subs. So we're nearly just 100 away now from the 7,000 target. So maybe we'll be able to do it. Could be, but it's back on course. But we shall see. The subs might start slowing up again after today. But anyway, thank you so much to everybody for subscribing. You might get subbed to the channel, then please click the subscribe button. It'll take you to another page where you subscribe. Don't forget to click all notifications as well. And then you'll be informed, to be notified by YouTube when we're live streaming, when we release content, and so on. And everybody, please head over to Savvy's channel and subscribe to Savvy as well. Right, let's get on with the video then, and we're going to start off by having a look at latest observations of Red Sea weather. Now, I'm very unsure about this. So, we've got 34 degrees here as our maximum temperature. There it is for London Gatwick. That seems very excessive to me. If we look at nearby stations, we've got Shoreham at 27. That is on the coast, though. But we've only got Biggin Hill at 27 as well. I think there's a 28 flashing away somewhere. But generally, these nearby stations are around 27, 28. So that looks wrong. I think that is that's a wrong reading there. I think that's a false reading, 34. That's too high. I think temperatures in that southeast corner at the moment are somewhere like the upper 20s Celsius, 27, 28, possibly 29 or 30, but I think 34 is a bit excessive compared to nearby stations. If anybody knows what's happened there, please let me know in the comments. Got Oxford at 27, also got Western Aerodrome at, what's that doing? That's at 25. We've got Wittering at 26, over to Shawbury. We've got Shawbury at 25, Senny Bridge is at 24, Capel Currig is at 24, heat really on in the west as well. Warcop is at 23, Reddersdale Camp is at 24, and Aberdeen is at 21. Over to Western Scotland, we've got Tyree at 14, and we've got Ballypatrick Forest at 15. So, yes, it's a hot afternoon. The temperature's going to get hotter as well in the next couple of hours. It'll be interesting to see what those temperatures are showing when we do our live stream from 6 o'clock. Our PEJ, a high-resolution PEJ model from Weather Outlook, showing maximum temperatures this afternoon to be somewhere around 31 to 32. So I think that 34 at London Gatwick is too high. Look how warm it is tonight, by the way. Going to be very, very warm, with some towns and cities tonight seeing their minimum temperatures. These are minimum temperatures holding up at around 20, 21 degrees. So, I mean, it's getting close to breaking records for a minimum temperature of that. And it means that tomorrow will be hotter because we start off warmer. So, maximum temperatures tomorrow, I think, are going up to around 33 at the outside, 34 could be possible somewhere here in the south. Going to be really hot tomorrow afternoon. Watch out, scattered thunderstorms in the west, and another very, very warm night tomorrow night. And then on Friday we break the heat and we get thunderstorms going. And talking of thunderstorms, we have got severe weather warnings now issued by the UK Met for tomorrow. So there's a thunderstorm warning for many western parts of the country tomorrow. If we zoom in on that, this is valid from 4 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow to 9 o'clock Friday morning. They're saying whilst many places may stay dry, see little rain, thunderstorms may cause flooding and disruption in a few places. And again, it's western Scotland, Northern Ireland, around these northwestern coasts of England and Wales, and then down into southwestern and some central southern parts of England. I think the storms tomorrow are very scattered, they're isolated, but if you catch one, it's likely to be very heavy and intense because there's going to be a lot of energy. It's a very hot day tomorrow. So most central east areas are going to be dry and hot, of course, tomorrow. And then the severe weather warning gets extended for Friday. This is a breakdown day, of course. So again, let's zoom in. And virtually the whole country is under a thunderstorm warning for Friday. They're saying UK Met thunderstorms causing flooding and disruption in a few places. And what to expect, there's a small chance that homes and businesses could be flooded quickly with damage to some buildings, flood water, lightning strikes, hail and strong winds. Where flooding and lightning strikes occur, there is a chance of delays and some cancellations to train and bus services. Spray and sudden flooding could lead to difficult driving conditions. There's a small chance that some communities could become cut off by flooded roads, and there's a slight chance of power cuts and loss of other services. So Friday looks like a very interesting day indeed, and as I say, we will probably touch on this in the live stream tonight, although I want to do a good half an hour of answering questions tonight, so I might cut back on the screen sharing for this live stream actually. So we'll definitely do Storm Watch tomorrow and have a detailed look at the thunder potential. We can't fit it in within the live stream tonight, but Friday looks very, very interesting. There's also a weather warning for Saturday as well. That's for thunderstorms as well. And that's valid till like 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. So obviously overnight, Friday, Saturday, so those storms could still be rumbling on. It's all happening, and we're going to keep you updated about it at GavsWeatherVids in the coming days. Right, these are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles the next couple of weeks. So red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average. We're starting off very significantly hotter than average at the moment. Looking at London, by the way, not West Central. We're starting very significantly hotter than average at the moment. The temperatures are going to slide away in the next few days. We get to the end of the week, into the weekend, it becomes much, much cooler. Next week, bit of a lift up in the temperature through the early to middle part of next week. Then after that, quite close to the 30-year upper air temperature average. A lot of dry weather to come for the next couple of days. And then, of course, these precipitation spikes here are associated with thunderstorms that are breaking down this hot spell of weather. After that, just rather showery through the first week of July. Temperature anomalies from the 24th of June to the 2nd of July are warmer than average, not just the UK, but through many parts of Europe. Precipitation anomalies from the 24th of June to 2nd of July are a little bit wetter than average, particularly so for northern and western parts of the country. That's how the GFS is, the UK Met, I should say. That's how the UK Met is looking for Saturday. And this one goes to 144 hours, of course. But on Saturday, we've broken down a heat wave. We're under a trough of low pressure, and we're bringing cooler air in from off the Atlantic. We go through to Sunday and Monday, and low pressure keeps it unsettled for the north with showers and longer spells of rain. Heights beginning to rise a little bit down in the south, probably turning things a bit drier through there. It will be quite cool with northwesterly winds. By Tuesday, we've got a little transient bump of high pressure building up from the southwest. That this next area of low pressure looks like it's set to roll in over top of the ridge and probably turn us unsettled by the middle of next week, which of course is the first day of July. Now this is the GFS, so this is how the GFS is looking for Saturday. Again, trough of low pressure coming in across the country, being showers or longer spells of rain and much cooler fresh air from off the Atlantic too. Into Sunday and Monday, where it's sun settled from the north, but the south is seeing a little bit of a ridge of high pressure building up. That turns into quite a nice ridge actually by the time we get through to Tuesday, so that's settling us down again through the early part of next week, probably turning us quite warm too. But not for long. By Wednesday, the next trough is coming in off the Atlantic, and that brings further showers, if not potentially a few longer spells of rain as well. Heading up towards day 10, low pressure remains in control of the weather, so it's a case of further showers or longer spells of rain. Bit on the cool side as well, actually, through the opening days of July, with winds in from the north. Another little bump of high pressure builds there around the 5th to the 6th of July. That's a nice little ridge of high pressure before the next weather system comes in from off the Atlantic, and that sends us more unsettled again as we come towards the end of the first week of July with further showers. And then finally, at the very end of this GFS run, we start to get some higher pressure building up from both the Azores and over Scandinavia. That looks like it could be setting up a much drier and hotter pattern, but of course that is for the 10th of July, so that's a really, really long way out. This is how the GM is looking. Again, low pressure brings further showers, if not perhaps some longer spells of rain through the weekend, particularly for more northern areas. I think the south will get some drier conditions at times. Early next week, get this little transient ridge of high pressure building up, turning things a little bit drier for a time, but then more low pressure back in from off the Atlantic. However, for the south next week, there's always a lot of higher pressure. So for England and Wales, a lot of dry weather with the GM next week, quite warm too, always most unsettled for Scotland and for Northern Ireland. That's how we look with the GM as we get towards day 10, with a little bit of a ridge of high pressure across England and Wales, but Scotland and Northern Ireland looking more unsettled. Probably quite warm down in the south with that. And then the ECM looks like that. So again, further showers, if not longer spells of rain on Saturday and into Sunday too. Early next week, we get this little bump of high pressure building up from the southwest. That turns us drier and warmer as well. And that ridge actually lasts into the middle part of next week with the ECM. So for England and Wales, actually up to like Monday to Wednesday, a lot of dry and warm weather next week, a little bit showery in the north and the west. By the time we get through to day 10, we're all back into cooler, showery conditions with low pressure sitting in the North Sea. This is rainfall forecast based on that ECM run from tammeteo.com, and we've got show rain in far northwest today, but otherwise there's a lot of dry and hot weather out there today. Tomorrow, thunderstorms out in the west. They will be quite scattered, but if you catch one, you'll know about it. Friday suggests thunderstorms pushing eastwards. These look a little bit toned down though compared to what the ECM was showing yesterday, I have to say. But there we are, thunderstorms pushing eastwards across the country on Friday. We'll look at it in Stormwatch in detail on Thursday morning. And then we go into weekend with showers or longer spells of rain, particularly in the north and west. Not too much in the way of rain though, getting to the south and southeast. And then early next week actually turns pretty dry for England and Wales again, with that showery rain up in the north and in the northwest too. By the time we get through to day 10, we are a little bit more unsettled then, with rain not too far away from many parts of the country. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which gets us to the 4th of July. Have 26 members of the ECM ensembles, including the operational run, the one we've just been talking about, that looks quite unsettled with low pressure to our north and to the west of the country as well. 25, including the control, with low pressure again over and to the north of the country. Winds are in from the west, and yes, it's a case of showers or longer spells of rain up to day 10, or by day 10 with the ECM. In 2 weeks' time, we've virtually got a 50-50 split, not quite 50-50, but not far off. This is for the 9th of July. Have 27 members of the ECM ensemble suggesting low pressure close to the country, cool and quite unsettled. 24 have high pressure ridging through the country and going to our north. That's turning dry and warm. So 27 unsettled, 24 settled. Within the ECM ensembles, it's not quite a 50-50 split, not too far off it. We may see fine weather coming back by the second week of July. Finally, the CFSV2, let's have a look at that before we go. These are 500 millibar heights broken down into weekly periods. The first weekly period takes from 24th to the 30th of June. The coming week looks unsettled with low pressure out to the northwest, high pressure to our south. Winds are in from a westerly direction. So, yes, we're breaking down the heat wave, we're turning thundery, and then we're into a cool, showery sort of air mass. Well, we don't have to wait very long for high pressure to start getting back involved. This is the 1st to the 7th of July, with a ridge then beginning to build just out to our southwest, lower pressure up to the northwest. Jet stream doing something a little bit like that. That's turning more settled, drier and warmer too. Week 3 places a ridge of high pressure right over top of the country. This is the 8th to the 14th of July. Got a big ridge of high pressure there, centred over to the east of the country, suggests a heat wave probable there through the second week of July. And then week 4, look at this, it's the 15th to the 21st of July, still with high pressure over to the east of the country. Low pressure is out to the northwest, and that suggests again very warm, if not quite hot weather coming up from the south, and pretty dry too, as that high pressure is sitting to our east. So that's a flip with the CFS of what it was showing yesterday, because yesterday July was shaping up to be quite unsettled, but today it's back to high pressure again. We shall see about that. It's all a long way off and very speculative, but in the more immediate time frame, we've got the hot weather today and tomorrow, thunderstorms on Friday. They're into something cooler and more unsettled over the weekend. Next week is interesting. It may actually be a slightly warmer and drier week for England and Wales next week than we might have thought a couple of days ago. Scotland and Northern Ireland still looking quite unsettled at times though. Right, so going to be back at 6 o'clock live streaming, so we'll see you then. Tomorrow, I've got a 10-day update, Storm Watch coming up as well, first video up tomorrow. So, yeah, it's all happening. We'll keep you informed at GavsWeatherVids, but at 6 o'clock, we're going to have our live stream, so come back for that then. That's all for now, though, and thanks for watching.